Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to make and wear different alternative outfits for your Vtuber. So starting off, make sure you have Vtube Studio open and load your model. We're going to want to customize our model because we're going to make toggles to remove the clothes and accessories, so that way we can take a screenshot to draw over. So if you're like me, I have layers underneath these clothes, just a base body. If you don't have a base body, then skip to here and I will show you an alternative toggle method to create the entire new body. So what you're going to want to do is go to customize model in settings and go to customize multiply screen layer for art meshes. Press select. And what we're wanting to do is remove these clothes. So we check the layer, put the multiply alpha all the way down, and it should disappear. The screen should stay on black, and press OK. So as you notice, I do have layers underneath. Skirt back. Remove the accessories. If you have like a good artist and you didn't do this yourself like I did, you should have these named, so it should be much easier. For me, I have to guess which one is the approximate art mesh. 61, I think it's this one. 67 is behind. If you accidentally check the layer, then press it off. So that way it doesn't affect that layer. There we go. And now that we've had all the accessories and clothing removed, you should have a base body like this. Alternatively, if you only have arms and legs, that should be okay too. In fact, I will show you what that should look like. This will also work for what we're doing. You would just have to draw the body in. But I would recommend keeping the base shape of the body, which will show under the clothes. Let's see. There we go. And now that we have a base body, we will go into this button for take screenshot. Make sure this is checked on for transparent background, timer second 0, and then take a screenshot without the idle, or alternatively with the idle if you're like me and you like to see the tails move and like have everything kind of as is. So I'm going to take a screenshot here. We're going to save this. Save it as something you remember, like base body. Also, before you exit out of Vtube Studio, keep this toggle on. We're gonna make this into a toggle. So right here, we're gonna press the plus button under this, and we're gonna do the hotkey action, scroll down, art mesh color preset, record settings, do a combination that you will remember. I already have one of these already made. If you need to remove the body, for an alternative outfit that uses the body, just do the same process, just remove the arms and legs and fingers and neck. So let's see. I have a toggle right here and right here. So I made a toggle. This is for without the outfit, so that I could put in new outfits. That is, I believe, this. This is what we pretty much just made. Now we're gonna make another hotkey, but this is gonna be later. So now that you have your screenshot, open it in a new software, specifically a drawing software or image editing software. Press edit, change image resolution, and change the height to something larger like 3000 to 6000. It's gonna be blurry, but this is what we want. We want just a base that's large enough so we can draw over. We're not necessarily using this image itself. We're just drawing over it so we can get the body to fit our VTuber. If you had to remove the clothes and there's nothing underneath it, that should be fine. Just try to draw where the body would be in this screenshot. So if it was invisible, I would basically just draw this. I would draw the actual body, so that way I can make sure things are form-fitting or baggy and that they can fit properly. So I already have this open. What you're gonna want to do is, if your drawing software allows symmetry, create a ruler or whatever the symmetry tool is and make sure it is down the middle, approximately down the middle of your VTuber. And we are going to, here, I'm going to duplicate this, and it has the ruler already set up because I've already made an alternative outfit, but we are going to start from the beginning. So I have the ruler here. This allows me to draw symmetrically. I'm using Clip Studio Paint. So as you can see, I can draw. If you have a drawing tablet, that's great. If not, try using the mouse. It will be a little bit harder, but if you're drawing, then you probably have some expertise in a tool. It can also be done on your iPad if you send it to yourself. So let's say I'm going to make a t-shirt, just like a short sleeve t-shirt. I have hair in the way, so I'm just approximating where the shoulders are. And we are going to basically just make a single layer t-shirt. Okay, I'm gonna delete these layers, these extra layers, and I'm going to shade. I'm basically doing this all on one layer, or you could just make multiple layers and merge them down. Just whatever you're comfortable with, just as long as you're using the symmetry tool, just to make sure that things align. And then afterwards, you can delete the symmetry tool and then make things uneven, because otherwise you're gonna constantly get things that are even. So let's say I make this. I made a shirt. What we're gonna wanna do is copy this layer, create new from clipboard, make sure it is transparent in the background, and we are gonna save this as, let's say in downloads, as a PNG t-shirt. So we have our first little thing. This is gonna be our first little I guess not quite an outfit since we don't have the full parts. Vtube Studio. We're gonna open Vtube Studio again. All right. And so you should have your base already ready. What we're going to do is in settings, make sure you're on the gear icon. Press open data folder. This should open. Press items. This is where you're gonna paste your items that you use for the outfit. So I'm gonna find my outfit, my t-shirt, and drag it in here. So we have a t-shirt. Now that we have the t-shirt in the items folder, it should load. So press item settings, the little star, green star, singular green star, and we are gonna search up t-shirt. We're gonna keep it as one. If you have different layers, I will show you how to make them fit properly, because right now, if we do it as normal, this kind of works, but the hair is underneath and this is not locked. So I'm gonna resize it to approximately the size I want, like this. Lock it, then press the 3 green stars. Actually, not the 3 green stars. Oh my gosh, the spinning gear and regular star icon. So my currently loaded item, I'm gonna press select. This is the important new settings to change the layer modes. Not the layer modes, just the order of layers, so I could put it underneath the hair and change what it's pinned to, so that way when it's moving, which I'll show you, it doesn't move around like crazy. So first, I'm gonna put item in model. Instead of on front, I'm gonna scroll down to underneath the hair, down here, and approximately pin it to above the boobs. There we go. So now it's underneath. This one, you're going to want to connect your Vtube Studio to your phone, which I am doing right now, because you're gonna see how it moves, and make sure that it moves properly. Okay, so see how it moves? Luckily for this, it's moving kind of properly. I'll show you what it looks like if it doesn't. So I'm going to open a different item. This is another item I have made. Okay. Item settings, no. I'll try again. We are going to unlock all loaded items. Remove the t-shirt. And I'm going to move this on my Vtuber. Which you'll notice there's some issues, like this, it kind of comes off the shoulder. It's underneath the layer still. However, as you can see, parts of it comes out. So I'm gonna resize it a little bit, move it. And basically keep adjusting it as I move around, trying to see that it moves properly. So I'm going to edit this and pin it to a specific layer. So let's say it's pinned here for some reason. Or maybe a better example is pinned to the hair or something. It might be better to pin it to the clothes and basically just test it out so that it moves properly with what you want. And just resize it as you go. It's not gonna be perfect, as you can see, like the strap comes off, but that's kind of hidden under the hair. I'm gonna move it down a little bit so it looks more natural. And once I'm happy with that, I press done and okay. And what we want to do is now create this into a scene. Using the 3 stars button, we press create item scene. I'm gonna call this tutorial. Okay. Now that we have this, oh, I forgot to lock. In case there's some issue, like after you make the scene, what you want to do is lock. Make sure it's locked the whole time because you don't want to accidentally drag it off in the middle of a stream. Go back here, find your tutorial item scene, and press save. So it saves all your settings, including the locking. Now we're going to go back into settings, and we're going to create a new hotkey. This hotkey is going to be for the change of outfit. So we have the hotkey to remove the clothes, and now we have the hotkey to add the outfit. Hotkey action should be, I believe, toggle item scene. Find your item scene. I'm going to do tutorial and put it on a key. Just any key that you feel comfortable with. So that way now, when I press num7, it locks and it's still working as intended. You can also have your key to get your base model. You can press that and get your outfit back. If you have settings like me, like my eye, where it's also a different like art mesh color, just make an alternative hotkey for that one too. So I have one that's eye, and it will toggle my eye back. So basically that is about it. The results should look about like this when you have a full outfit. And you make sure everything is pinned correctly, everything is underneath and above certain layers. You can test it by moving around. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be very close. So with that, thank you for watching. I might make more tutorials like this in the future. And yeah, bye bye.